Hey yo, it's your boy Sin. Welcome back to the stoop. We're doing something different. Alright. Took me a little minute to try and figure out how I want to do this, but I'm about to make this beat on the MPC Live 2. You see here. Alright. I'm gonna make a beat I'm gonna show you the process from turning it on to what I would say I'm done. Alright. Um the MPC, people have different workflows. People have different ways of making their beats, getting their samples, chopping their samples. So this is the type of deal where there's more than one way to skin a cat. So there's not a right way or wrong way. All right. So please spare me in the comments on, well, you didn't do this right or whatever. There is no right or wrong with this thing. It's just the end result. What's your end result? That's all I care about. I don't really care about how you got there. It's your end result because, like I said, if we both have to get to point B, you might have went A B and went straight. I might have went A D, hit G, and then went there. But at the end of the day, we both got to the destination. So that's the key to all of this. So again, spare me in the comments on you got this, you did that, whatever. I made a beat. How about that? So moving along. Let's go new project. All right. So this is just one of my many things that I like to do when it comes to this music. So first thing, go browse. And we got to find some samples. So I'm going to start with, let's go with Splice. They always got some decent stuff in there. We'll go BPM. I like to get slow rhythms, chop them, and then put them over whatever. The tempo doesn't really matter because of the way I do the beat. So let's just see what we got. Okay. Off gate, I think I already like that. Yeah, we taking that. So load the pool. All right. So we got that sample loaded up. We're ready to go with that. So now the all important drums. I want some boom bappy lo-fi stuff. So let's go on my 85. There's usually some dope stuff in there. That's usually my go-to. But anyway, we already got the melody. So we're just looking for drums. We're looking for drums. Nah, not gonna work. Ooh. I like those, but see, there we go. Boom bapping all day. That's it right there. Yeah, load that. All right, so I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I got my melody and I got some drums. What more do you need? So I'm gonna blow this track out because I don't need it. So we have no tracks. I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna show you. I make my own tracks and then we go from there. So we're gonna go to sample edit. All right, so we already loaded those samples into the pool, so they're already there. So there we go. That's the first sample that we tagged onto. I like that. Yeah, this gonna go hard. This gonna go hard. Just watch the process. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is chop this up. All right, so we're gonna go down here. We in the chop mode now. Now you can do threshold, regions, BPM. So they have presets. Oh, excuse me, hitting the mic. They have presets that you can go ahead and chop, but I'm gonna do what they call a lazy chop, or it's a manual chop. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop these myself. All right, so let's go ahead and get that. All right. And we're probably gonna use all 2 banks. All right, so we filled up bank A and bank B. So now I have 32 samples that I can manipulate and play with in this beat, and they're all separated. All of these are the separations of each individual pad. So pad 16, that's pad 5, so on and so forth. So see, you can see the individual. Every time I hit one, it jumps to that individual sample. So these are all individual samples now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift, convert, and we're going to turn these into a drum track using those slices. All right. I don't create events. I know some people do. That's just not part of my workflow. So we don't create events. We just create the drum track, new drum track using slices, which is what we just did. We sliced it. So go ahead, do it. All right. And we're done with that. So now if we go back to our main page, you can see we've got track 1, and there's all the samples. So if I play it out, there's your sample broken down. And then go to bank B, and there's the rest of them. So that's how we're gonna manipulate these samples. So we got that. So now we need the drums. All right, so we're gonna go back to our sample edit, because remember we dropped the drums in there too. So we're gonna go up here, and boom, there's our lo-fi drums. And we're gonna do the same exact method that we did with the melody. So that way I can have my individual drum hits. So I can have my bass, snare, whatever. So let's go ahead and get that chop done. Now I could use like the BPM or the regions or whatever, and especially on a beat, it's way easier. But again, just my workflow, I like to chop my own samples. So here we go. Perfect. All right, so now I got you know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna go shift, convert, same thing. We're gonna make a whole new drum track with these slices, and we're not gonna use events. So do it. So now you got your drums. All right, we go to track 1. got our melody. Now it's time to cook up, baby. All right, so now, again, my workflow, I like to start with the drums. Do the drums and then you lay your sample over it. Again, my workflow. So let's go ahead and tighten these drums up for the way I want. So what you do is double tap in here. All right, all touch screen. So you slide over and then now we can edit this individual sample. Also, I want to go full level. So every time I hit this pad, I'm going to get the full level effect, where if you take that off, it's velocity. So you see how it's very low if I tap it, and then if I hit it, it goes louder. So I don't really want that when I'm making the beat. So I just go full level so I can get everything out of it. I don't really got to hit it hard. I just need to make sure I make contact with that pad. So all I want is the bass. Boom. See how we do that? All right. Go back main. All right. We'll do the same thing for the snare. Feel me? See where we're going with it. All right. So we do the same thing. I need that. Yeah, I need that right there. So go there. You feel me? That's how we're gonna do that. So we got our drum. That's all I need. You know, don't play around with the rest of that stuff. We doing boom bap. What we doing? When you beating on the desk. Remember when you was beating on the desk in school? Come on. All right, so let's go ahead and set this to 85. That's just the tempo that I like to rock at. That's just me. Again, my workflow. So let's go. We got 85 set up. Make sure the metronome set up. Boom. Good with that. So I'm gonna hit overdub, and when I hit play start, it's gonna give me a 4-tap count in, and then it's gonna start recording. All right. So, but first, let's figure out what the beat gonna be. Let's what we gonna do? Let's see. Yeah, I like that right there. That last little exchange I did. Yeah, we're gonna do something like that. Anyway, we're just gonna let it rock out. Whatever come out. That's gonna be the beat, and then we're just gonna keep going from there. You know what I mean? 1, 2, Ooh. You know what I mean? That easy. It's like beating on the desk at school. Alright, we're gonna go to sample edit, we're gonna go to global. Let's go ahead and turn these up because I want the samples to mix a little bit. We'll give it a natural feel like somebody really playing them joints. Come on. I like that. Let's do that. Come on, baby. It sounds crazy right now. Watch when it all come together, though. You know what I mean? You already got your head rocking. I already know. Your head rock for a minute. Like, okay, I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going. All right, so now let's go ahead. So we got the beat done. Now we want to play with this a little bit. All right, so if you remember, the tempo of this sample is on 65 and we on 80. This should be 85. Oh, I messed that up. Let's see. All right, so let's go. Let's go here. We're gonna take the tone up. Ooh. All right. Let's go see what that do. Wow. Okay. I think we got something. Let's go. Come on. I'm going to redo that, but I'm feeling that right there. Let's redo that. Let's redo that. Let's redo that. Let's go. Let's go. All right, one more time. Let's do that again. Let's do it. Let's redo that. I messed up. Let's undo that. Let's try it again. Come on, find it. Come on, baby. Come on, beating on the desk at school. Let's go. Come on, man. I want to turn it up just a little bit. So now, alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this whole thing, right? Make that 2. Do it. So now it's gonna automatically flip to this sequence we just copied, boom. So now we're gonna kind of do a little variation to kind of get a beat, some continuity. So like we might, let's erase. Now, so we're gonna take this and blow this whole track out. All right, go back down to our sample edit, and we're gonna go to the song, shift, convert, do it again. Go back to the main. So now we got 2. Now we're gonna, let's do it. Okay, I messed up. Come on. All right. Let's go ahead and stop playing around. All right, here we go. Let's go. Yeah. 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 And so now we can go to sequence. So we got our two sequences, and now we can play with them, flipping them back and forth, you know what I mean? So you can go to sequence 2, boom. Automatically times it, does it perfectly, boom. So we come over here and see it's blinking because it's got sequence 1 is queued, boom. And see, once you got them like this, now watch, we're gonna do 3. Name that 3 so we don't get confused. Do it. So now it's gonna go to section 3. Boom. So what we're gonna do with section 3, put a little automation to it. We're gonna make it a little funky. Alright, but we want it on the drum. So let's take that off. Because I don't want, that's gonna record movements. I don't want to do that just yet. So we want to put this on 1 because we want to drop the drums out. So we're going to turn the automation record right on. And I think we need to overdub while we do it. I'm not sure, but that's what we're going to do. Nice. There we go. Now, sequence 3 got a little flavor to it. So we're gonna go to sequence. So now we on sequence 3. We got a little beat drop out. You know what I mean? So we go to 2. Now 2 should be the same as 3, except it doesn't have a beat drop out, feel me? Or 3 and 1 should be the same. Yeah, 3 and 1. So 2 is really gonna be a hook. And you switch between 1 and 3. So we go to 3, we get a beat drop out. Yeah. So we let that run twice, and then we go back to 1. Boom. Cue 1 up. Yeah. Now we go to 1, cue 2. Woo! Nice. Go, ladies and gentlemen. Quick little lo-fi cook up, nothing crazy. On the MPC Live 2. Yeah, yeah. Let's go back to the verse. fire. I can hear like a Nas, this like a firm beat back in the 90s. Foxy, Nas, and AZ. Come on, man. Yeah. This fire right here. Hey, man, y'all have a good one. Happy Father's Day. It's your boy doing what we do. Welcome to the stoop, baby.